Welcome to ET English, the unique English language learning feature of Education Times. This recording is brought to you by Panthea Gunathilaka, the founder of Cleon, Academy for Speech, Drama and Leadership. The Education Times comes to you every week with the Sunday Times, a leading publication of Vijaya Newspapers Limited. ET English introduces a unique way of learning English through stories. It has a short novel and also a picture story, both of which are being published in episodes every week. All the lessons and activities that are given in the feature are from these two stories. Many English scholars accept that when you learn a language through stories, you remember them better. Further, the picture story will complement this by adding the visual component as well, where it will help the readers create vivid images in their minds, helping them remember those dialogues and the words through these incidents. Now we're going to bring the audio version of this feature, where you can listen to the stories and the lessons. First the picture story, secondly the novel, and finally the lessons. The short stories are taken from the book The Mirror of Paradise by Asghar Hussain, and beginning with the new picture story I, Jenners, writer Ranjit Gunaratna. To get the best out of this feature, we suggest that you get a copy of the Education Times and also a dictionary. Also, it will help if you read the feature once or twice on your own. At the same time, try to get the correct pronunciation by listening to audio attentively and repeatedly and trying to read it after every dialogue, emulating the voices that you hear. We shall start now. We bring you I, Jenners, episode 21. The writer Ranjit Gunaratna. Illustrations by Anton B. Pereira. What is it?
Some idiot has published Dilly's photo in the paper. Semi-nude photo of high school swimming champion and her boyfriend, allegedly posted by her hacker. We have to call Mr. Samarakon and take legal action.
No! That will make it worse, creating more publicity.
That's true. But what shall we do now?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Let's wait patiently till the storm passes. Mr. Samarakon is very angry about the paper article.
They're doing this to hurt me. I know.
Don't take it so seriously, Bertie. These paparazzi are always like that. Trying to create mountains out of molehills.
I will find the bastard who did this and...
Don't do anything you regret later. Everybody knows you're a good police officer.
Good police officers are more hated than the corrupt ones, I guess.
Hey, Lokumalli, come and look at this.
What? Have you erased your contacts again?
Episode 31. A Good Medical Boy. The story continues. Based on a short story by Asghar Hussain. Taken from The Mirror of Paradise. I shuddered when Rajpal opened his mouth. "Why don't you take indomethacin?" he told the lady. "It is a very good drug." Mr. Dissanayake glared wildly at him. I remembered that indomethacin was a drug prescribed for arthritis, so I wondered why our host was reacting like this. I felt very tense. Then Mr. Dissanayake said, "Don't you know that indomethacin is never given to anyone with stomach ulcers? It can even activate an inactive ulcer. One of my cousins took it and really suffered." There was a long and terrible silence, and I could see the rising suspicion in his eyes. He turned to Rajpal and asked, "Tell me, are you really a medical student?"
Activity 1. Contextual reference. Read the text and underline the most appropriate contextual reference. The first one, I in the text, refers to Rajpal's friend. The second one, in "Why don't you take indomethacin?" you refers to Mrs. Dissanayake. The third one, in "I wondered why our host was reacting like this." Host refers to Mr. Dissanayake. The fourth one, in "One of my cousins took it and really suffered." My refers to Mr. Dissanayake. The fifth one, in "It can activate an inactive ulcer." It refers to indomethacin. Activity 2. Match the questions in column A with the responses in column B. Column A. Questions. The first one, what did Rajpal tell the lady? B. Rajpal told the lady to take indomethacin. The second one, how did Mr. Dissanayake glare at him? C. Mr. Dissanayake glared at him wildly. Third one, what can indomethacin do to anyone with stomach ulcers? A. It can even activate an inactive ulcer. The fourth one, who really suffered after taking it? E. One of Mr. Disanayake's cousins. The fifth one, what could Rajpal's friend see in Mr. Disanayake's eyes? D. He could see the rising suspicion in his eyes. Activity 3. Read the text and find opposite words from the text to the words given below. The first one, give. The second one, closed. The third one, bad. The fourth one, indifferently. The fifth one, forgot. The sixth one, short. The seventh one, wonderful. The eighth one, noise. Activity 4. Read the picture story and learn the language expressions. Language expressions. First one, let's wait patiently till the storm passes. The second one, I will find the bastard who did this, and the third one, some idiot has published Dilly's photo in the paper. The fourth one, that's true. But what shall we do now? The fifth one, don't do anything, you will regret it later. The sixth one, they are doing this to hurt me, I know. The seventh one, don't take it so seriously, Bertie. Self-application. A. Let's tolerate till the bad period is over. B. I will catch the rascal who did this. C. Some useless fellow has published Dilly's photo in the paper. D. That's right. But what shall we do now? E. Don't take any action right now. You will repent later. F. They are doing this to offend me. I see. G. Take it easy, Bertie.
Let's look at the word bank. And always remember, most of the meanings given are relevant to the context of the stories in today's lesson. We have 12 words today. And the first one, scandal, means behavior or an event that people think is morally or legally wrong. Second one, worse, means of poorer quality or lower standard. Third one, absolutely, which means used to emphasize that something is completely true. Moving on to the fourth word, storm, means very bad weather with strong winds and rain and often thunder and lightning. The fifth one, paparazzi, a photographer who follows famous people around in order to get interesting photographs of them. The sixth word, molehills, and this means a small pile of earth that a mole leaves on the surface of the ground when it digs underground. The seventh word is regret, and regret means to feel sorry about something you have done or about something that you have not been able to do. The eighth word is corrupt, meaning willing to use their power to be dishonest or illegal things in return for money or to get an advantage. Ninth word, shudder. Shudder means to shake because you are cold or frightened or because of a strong feeling. Prescribe is the 10th word, which means to tell somebody to take a particular medicine or have a particular treatment, to write a prescription for a particular medicine. The 11th word is ulcer, means a sore area on the outside of the body or on the surface of an organ inside the body which is painful and may bleed. The 12th and the last word for today, suspicion, a feeling that somebody has done something wrong, illegal or dishonest, even though you have no proof. With that, we end the activity session for episode 31. Dear listeners, thank you very much for taking the time to listen to our recordings. You're welcome to give us your feedback and suggestions on the phone numbers and the email address given in the ET English feature in the Education Time section. We meet again next week. The recording was brought to you by Panthea Gunathilaka, the founder of Cleon Academy for Speech, Drama and Leadership. Until then, goodbye and happy learning.